Salome, would you like to join me upstairs? Salome, my name is Mon, and today I'd like to give some tips on how to listen to Latin effectively. Well, first of all, I'd like to discuss the ideal notion of listening to Latin. Such as reading, it involves a lot of intellectual thought, or you give a lot of thinking. First, you look at the sentence, and then you slowly translate all words one by one, and then you group the words to form a complete thought. While in listening, it's much harder than that because, well, you don't determine the speed of the thought. So when you hear it, well, you can't hear it again unless, of course, you return to it. But anyway, you can't get it instantaneously, unlike in reading, where you can take time to slowly develop a thought surrounding a few words that you translated. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that, unlike English, or actually, Latin is unlike Latin and other languages which are not your first language. You'll need to actually develop a skill in which you understand everything instantaneously. So that's the ideal way to listen to Latin. This skill of listening to Latin, well, let me put it this way. Okay, when you hear a sentence in Latin, you may understand a few words, or let's say maybe even all the words, but it's not 100% sure that you'll be able to understand everything right away. There won't, or you may not be even able to form a complete thought. So, well, here are some techniques on how to do this. Starting with image-word association. When you hear a word, you instantaneously get it because, for example, when you hear the word cat, what do you think of? A cat. Nothing more to describe because it's obviously there. Or when you hear a car, you have a picture in your head of a car. Or when you think of a table, you think of a table. Or when you think of lips, you think of Angelina Jolie. So what I'm trying to say is that it has to come instantaneously to your head. All these words, there's no thought na, let's say, domum as house, or then translate into a picture of a house. It has to be instantly domum house. So that's the way in which you can attain the ideal way of listening to Latin, or one way of furthering your skills in listening to Latin. One important thing you need to take note of when listening to Latin would be the grammar. So grammar is very important in all aspects of languages. Because without grammar, well, actually, it doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense. It's just like a group of words put together. And that's why, even in Latin, it's even more important because the grammar, the grammar help determine the way the noun or verb is used. For example, let's say, you're given a bunch of words like guy, gave, cat, dog. Without grammar conventions, in Latin, if this was in Latin, then you'd be lost with guy, gave, cat, dog. It could be the guy gave the cat a dog, or the guy gave the dog the cat, because you wouldn't know which is the indirect and direct object. So it wouldn't mean a thing. That's why grammar conventions are really important. To apply it in listening to Latin, you have to listen carefully. You have to listen carefully to what they're saying. Well, don't try to linger on every single word. Maybe try to focus on the more important words such as nouns or verbs. And then when you hear, let's say, prepositional phrases or adverbial clauses, you just add it on to the verb or the noun, etc. So these are techniques on how you can, let's say, formulate an idea by, let's say, simplifying the sentence once you hear it. In Latin, unlike English, they have a different word order. For English, some word orders would be, let's say, the subject, the verb, the object, or let's say SLVC, subject, linking, verb, complement, etc. So in Latin, they have the same they have the same values, such as they have a subject, they have a verb, object, of course, in all languages. But anyways, the order in which they're placed in is dramatically different. Well, they both start with a subject, but in Latin, it's more like subject, object, indirect object, and then followed by the verb. Adjectives, adverbs, they usually follow after the the word they're describing or supplementing. So this would be one way in which you can understand a sentence easier. In my Latin honors class in Southridge School, we had an activity wherein we were made to listen to Latin news, which came from Finland. So we have a monthly thing, I think, of Latin news. So the thing here, so we listened to it. At first, we were like, listening to Latin, this will be interesting. Probably because, we've been reading Latin for several times and it wouldn't be that much of a, it wouldn't be that hard. We thought it wouldn't be that hard. Then, so I was preparing my pen and pencil to write down all the words that could, the process inside my head once I heard it. And then, when I played, it was really quick and the words were really said side by side and I didn't understand much. So, it really taught me a lesson that it really takes skill to understand these things. First of all, I would only hear, let's say, a verb, because the verbs are the most, prominent words in a sentence, because they determine the, of course, action. And of course, I had to look for the doer later on. But I'd be careful. Sometimes the indirect object or the object would also look like the noun, like with the subject. But of course, that's where grammar conventions come in. So remember to always check your grammar conventions later on once you develop an idea of the sentence. So in this activity of ours in listening to Latin, some techniques which I used were, of course, relating some of the words to other words. Since Latin is the basis of most European languages, and of course English, most English words, you could relate some words already to Latin, so it wouldn't be that hard. But the thing is, don't be confused sometimes, because we should remember that Latin is the basis of English and not the other way around. So we should not, we should remember that Latin is the more basic, the more original language. And when we use it in the context of English, we actually destroy that sense of originality. That's why you should, understand that when you listen to Latin, you're listening to a language which is different in itself and which complements, which supplements all the other languages. Another word of advice when you listen to Latin would be try to realize the speed of the language. You realize the speed of the language is quite quick. Actually, when you speak another language, let's say Spanish, Chinese, Filipino, Tagalog, you would know that we speak quite fast. So when you're trying listening to a language, let's say Latin, of course, at first it'll seem really quick, but later on, when you get the hang of it, it becomes natural, such as other languages. So that's the ideal way on how to listen to it, as if it was, it just registers quickly into your head, no more processing, and so that's a good way to start by realizing the speed of the language and learning how to cope with that. I'd like to give some precautions in listening to Latin, because by experience, I made a few mistakes in listening to Latin. One would be, of course, do not immediately conclude anything. For example, there was this article, listened to this news report. It was about, we heard a few, my class, so we gathered some words, we wrote down a few, which we heard and understood. We heard the word Regina, and instantly we concluded that, oh, it's about the Queen. Of course, it's the Queen. And then later on, we realized that there was a word insecta somewhere near it, which meant that the news report was not about the queen of any country, but rather it was about the insect queen. So do not conclude anything immediately. So be careful when you hear, let's say, when you hear certain words, don't just conclude that, that's the word. You have to look around it and make sure they fit in perfectly with others. Second, you should be knowledgeable of all your grammar conventions. So in order to achieve the ideal way of listening to Latin, you have to be a true grammar master of Latin. So basically that means you know everything from the declensions to conjugations of verbs, on how you form complete thought in Latin, etc. Because these are really important. They determine the flow of thought, and in Latin, without the endings most especially, without these, then you just have a bunch of gibberish, perhaps.